The allowable fill for 2 conductors is less than that for 3 or more due to several factors. Firstly, heat dissipation is a key consideration. When there are only 2 conductors in a raceway, they generate less heat compared to multiple conductors. This reduced heat generation permits a higher allowable fill percentage because there is a diminished risk of overheating. Secondly, the magnetic field is important. The magnetic field generated by 2 conductors is stronger than that produced by 3 or more conductors. A stronger magnetic field can induce eddy currents in the raceway, which can lead to additional heat generation. Limiting the fill to 31% for 2 conductors helps to reduce the magnetic field and mitigate eddy current losses. Thirdly, conductor separation plays a role. With only 2 conductors, there is less space between them for heat dissipation. Closer conductor spacing can lead to increased heat transfer between conductors, which can further contribute to overheating. The higher allowable fill for 3 or more conductors, at 40%, allows for greater separation between conductors, improving heat dissipation. Fourthly, NEC considerations are paramount. The National Electrical Code provides different allowable fill percentages for different scenarios. The 31% fill limit for 2 conductors is based on the assumption that the conductors are bundled together, which is common in many electrical installations. For larger conductors or conduit sizes, the NEC may allow higher fill percentages, but these must be calculated using the appropriate formulas. Fifthly, practical considerations are also relevant. In practice, it can be difficult to install more than 2 conductors in a raceway without creating a tight fit. A tight fit can make it difficult to pull conductors through the raceway, increasing the risk of damage. The reduced fill limit for 2 conductors helps to ensure that there is adequate space for proper installation and maintenance. The NEC aims to balance heat dissipation, magnetic field effects, conductor separation, and practical considerations to ensure the safe and efficient operation of electrical systems by limiting the allowable fill for 2 conductors. To elaborate further on heat dissipation, the amount of heat generated by conductors is proportional to the square of the current flowing through them and their resistance. More conductors mean more heat generated in the same space. The allowable fill percentage is reduced for 2 conductors to account for this increased heat. The NEC tables are based on specific assumptions about ambient temperature and conductor insulation types. If these conditions change, adjustments to the allowable ampacity of the conductors may be necessary. Diluting factors are applied when the ambient temperature is higher than the specified value or when there are more conductors in a raceway than the NEC tables allow for without adjustment. The magnetic field generated by alternating current carrying conductors can induce a voltage in nearby conductive materials, such as the raceway itself. This induced voltage can cause current to flow in the raceway, which is known as eddy currents. Eddy currents generate heat, which can further increase the temperature inside the raceway. The strength of the magnetic field is proportional to the current flowing through the conductors and the distance between them. By limiting the fill percentage for 2 conductors, the NEC reduces the strength of the magnetic field and mitigates eddy current losses. The space in between conductors affects the rate at which heat can be dissipated. When conductors are close together, they tend to heat each other up, making it more difficult for heat to escape from the raceway. The NEC fill percentages are based on the assumption that conductors are evenly distributed within the raceway. If conductors are bunched together, the heat dissipation will be reduced and the allowable ampacity of the conductors may need to be diluted. The NEC provides specific guidelines for calculating the allowable fill percentage for different types of raceways and conductors. Chapter 9 contains tables that list the dimensions of various raceways and conductors, as well as the allowable fill percentages for different combinations of conductors. It is important to consult these tables carefully to ensure that the installation complies with the NEC requirements. The NEC also addresses the issue of conductor diluting. When the number of conductors in a raceway exceeds the values specified in the tables, the ampacity of the conductors must be diluted. Diluting factors are provided in NEC Table 310.15 cone. These factors are based on the number of current carrying conductors in the raceway and the ambient temperature. The NEC recognizes that it is not always possible to install conductors in a raceway in a neat and orderly manner. In some cases, conductors may be bundled together or twisted around each other. This can reduce the heat dissipation and increase the risk of overheating. The NEC requires that conductors be installed in a manner that allows for adequate heat dissipation. This may involve using larger raceways, dilating the ampacity of the conductors, or providing additional ventilation. The NEC also addresses the issue of voltage drop. When current flows through a conductor, there is a voltage drop along the length of the conductor. The amount of voltage drop depends on the current, the length of the conductor, and the resistance of the conductor. The NEC recommends that the voltage drop should not exceed 3% for feeders and 5% for branch circuits. Excessive voltage drop can cause equipment to malfunction or overheat. The NEC provides formulas for calculating voltage drop. These formulas take into account the factors mentioned above, as well as the type of conductor and the installation method. The NEC also addresses the issue of harmonics. Harmonics are currents or voltages that are integer multiples of the fundamental frequency of the electrical system. Harmonics can be generated by nonlinear loads such as electronic equipment and variable frequency drives. Harmonics can cause a variety of problems, including overheating of conductors and equipment, malfunction of electronic devices, and interference with communication systems. The NEC provides guidelines for mitigating the effects of harmonics. These guidelines include using harmonic filters, isolating sensitive equipment, and increasing the size of conductors. The NEC also addresses the issue of grounding. Grounding is the process of connecting electrical equipment to the earth. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to protect people from electric shock. The NEC requires that all electrical equipment be properly grounded. The NEC provides specific requirements for grounding electrodes, grounding conductors, and bonding. The NEC also addresses the issue of overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical equipment from damage caused by excessive current. The NEC requires that all electrical circuits be protected by overcurrent protection devices. The NEC provides specific requirements for the size and type of overcurrent protection devices. The NEC also addresses the issue of surge protection. Surge protection devices are designed to protect electrical equipment from damage caused by voltage surges. Voltage surges can be caused by lightning strikes, switching of electrical equipment, and other events. The NEC recommends that surge protection devices be installed in areas where voltage surges are likely to occur. The NEC provides specific requirements for the installation of surge protection devices. The NEC is a comprehensive set of rules and regulations that govern the safe installation and operation of electrical systems. It is important to consult the NEC carefully before performing any electrical work. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in serious injury or property damage. In addition to the NEC, there may be local codes and regulations that apply to electrical installations. It is important to check with the local authorities to determine what codes and regulations are in effect. Electrical work should only be performed by qualified individuals who have the necessary training and experience. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself from electric shock. Always turn off the power before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment. If you are not sure how to perform a particular electrical task, consult with a qualified electrician. Understanding the reasons behind the NEC requirements for conductor fill is essential for ensuring safe and efficient electrical installations. By considering factors such as heat dissipation, magnetic field effects, conductor separation, and practical considerations, electrical professionals can make informed decisions about conductor selection and raceway sizing. This knowledge helps to prevent overheating, reduce the risk of electrical hazards, and ensure the long-term reliability of electrical systems. Always adhere to the latest edition of the NEC and consult with qualified professionals when necessary to guarantee compliance and safety. In summary, the difference in allowable fill percentages between two conductors 31% and three or more conductors 40% in a raceway is primarily due to the balance between heat dissipation, magnetic field effects, conductor separation, and practical installation considerations. The NEC aims to provide a safe and efficient electrical system by carefully regulating these factors. Remember to always consult the latest edition of the NEC and follow all applicable codes and regulations when installing electrical conductors and raceways. This will help ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical system. Moreover, consider the specific conditions of the installation, such as ambient temperature and conductor insulation type, as these factors can affect the allowable ampacity of the conductors. By understanding these principles and adhering to the NEC, you can help ensure the safety and efficiency of electrical installations. The 31% fill limit for two conductors and the 40% fill limit for three or more conductors are general guidelines. In certain situations, the NEC may allow for higher fill percentages, but these must be calculated using the appropriate formulas and in accordance with the specific requirements of the code. For example, for certain types of cables, such as those with a higher temperature rating, the NEC may permit a higher fill percentage. However, it is important to carefully consider the specific conditions of the installation and to ensure that the conductors are properly derated if necessary. In addition to the fill percentage, the NEC also specifies the minimum size of raceways for different types of conductors. The minimum size of the raceway must be large enough to accommodate the conductors and to allow for adequate heat dissipation. The NEC provides tables that list the minimum size of raceways for different types of conductors. When selecting conductors and raceways, it is important to consider the voltage drop. Voltage drop is the decrease in voltage that occurs along the length of a conductor due to the resistance of the conductor. Excessive voltage drop can cause equipment to malfunction or overheat. The NEC recommends that the voltage drop should not exceed 3% for feeders and 5% for branch circuits. There are several steps that can be taken to reduce voltage drop. These include using larger conductors, shortening the length of the conductors, and increasing the voltage of the circuit. When installing conductors in raceways, it is important to follow the NEC guidelines for conductor installation. These guidelines cover a variety of topics, including conductor bending radius, conductor support, and conductor termination. Following these guidelines will help ensure that the conductors are properly installed and that the electrical system is safe and reliable. The NEC also provides requirements for labeling conductors and raceways. These requirements are designed to help ensure that electrical systems are properly identified and that workers can safely work on them. Conductors must be labeled with their size, type, and voltage rating. Raceways must be labeled with their size, type, and the conductors they contain. It is important to stay up to date on the latest edition of the NEC. The NEC is revised every 3 years, and it is important to be aware of any changes that have been made. The NEC is a complex document, and it is not always easy to understand. If you have any questions about the NEC, consult with a qualified electrician. Following the NEC guidelines for conductor fill is essential for ensuring safe and efficient electrical installations. By considering factors such as heat dissipation, magnetic field effects, conductor separation, and practical considerations, electrical professionals can make informed decisions about conductor selection and raceway sizing. This knowledge helps to prevent overheating, reduce the risk of electrical hazards, and ensure the long-term reliability of electrical systems. Always adhere to the latest edition of the NEC and consult with qualified professionals when necessary to guarantee compliance and safety. Understanding the reasons behind the NEC requirements for conductor fill is essential for ensuring safe and efficient electrical installations. By considering factors such as heat dissipation, magnetic field effects, conductor separation, and practical considerations, electrical professionals can make informed decisions about conductor selection and raceway sizing. This knowledge helps to prevent overheating, reduces the risk of electrical hazards, and ensures the long-term reliability of electrical systems.